Good day here, Pastor Steve Brown from St. Luke Lutheran Church with, again, a challenging word for us this week. I told you last week that our staff had begun reading this book, Canoeing the Mountains by Todd Bolzinger. After I posted that on the Facebook last week, I got a number of people from other churches, leaders, who said that this is a really important book for people who are concerned about the mission of the Christian church in the United States to read. Let me read a quote. The statistics of the Western church's steady decline are well known. That's us, the Western church in steady decline. Most churches are dying. Extracurricular activities from music lessons to sports participation are considered by most parents to be more effective at forming good character in their children and getting them accepted into good colleges than the church. Spirituality has become wildly popular, but so deeply individualistic that the fastest growing religious affiliation among those under 30 are none, and spiritual, not religious. It goes on to say this: as pastors, we were trained to teach those who come on their own, to care for those who call for help, to lead those who volunteer, and to minister the resources of those who willingly give and participate. Indeed, that's how I was trained as a pastor, and it's not working. I have to learn to lead differently than I ever have before in my ministry. And that's why the staff of our church and the council are joining in reading this book. And I encourage you to do the same. Get this book and read through it and join our conversation. Canoeing the Mountains by Todd Bolzinger. Why is it important that you join us? Because it can't be just the leaders who are seeing the mountains ahead of us and who are adapting to make our mission continue to be effective. You see, the illustration that the author uses in this book is the Lewis and Clark Corps of Discovery expedition from 1803 to 1806 that sought to find the water passageway from the Mississippi River to the Pacific Ocean. They were sure it was there, that they could boat most of the way there. Of course, they ran into the Rocky Mountains and realized they couldn't canoe the mountains. They had to change everything they were doing, all their expectations, and adapt to continue their adventure. I think that many in our church and other churches today don't see the mountains that are ahead of us, what's coming at us rapidly. And because of that, we're likely to react in this way. Again, from the book. We are in uncharted terrain. That's indeed where we're at in the church in the United States. And we're trying to lead dying churches into a post-Christian culture that now considers the church an optional, out of touch, and irrelevant relic of the past. What do you do? If you are like me, indeed like most people, what you do is default to what you know. You do again what you have always done before, only trying to do it better. Indeed, that's what we've been trying, and it's not working. We have to adapt to the changes that are happening as we move more into a post-Christian culture. That's what the Apostle Paul did when he tried to bring Christianity, the message of Jesus, into the non-Christian Roman Empire. He adapted. He said, I've become a slave to all people so that I might win some, to bring many to Christ. To the Jew, I become a Jew to win the Jews to Christ. To the Gentiles, I become like a Gentile to lead them to Christ. To the weak, I become one who's weak in order to lead the weak to Christ. He said, yes, I try to find common ground with everyone, doing everything I can to save some. This is found in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, beginning at verse 19. Paul adapted in order to be effective at mission. We have to do the same. If we stay what we're doing, just try to do better what we've been doing in the past, we're going to continue a slow decline. We're going to be less effective at reaching people for Christ, to connect them into a growing relationship with Jesus. God's mission will continue. It just won't be so much among us. And we have to do this together. If we think that the leaders in some hierarchy of our church are going to figure it out for us, we're going to be left wanting because we don't know. If we did, we'd be doing it. And not only that, we have to go at this together, just like Lewis and Clark and the Corps of Discovery did. But I believe we can figure this out together. We have to let go of what is no longer working. We have to learn as we go. And we have to keep on going no matter what. I hope that you're willing to join us in adapting so that we can continue the adventure of leading people into growing relationship with Christ and continue to be effective at it. Come, be a part of the journey.